Lalit, you're happy? You found the owners? Okay. Maybe just to mention it again so that you're clear, like if you want to participate on this webinar on the 16 guidelines, you can just photograph the QR code that is there now that you have your telephones. Whatever question you have about it, please address Niv, because he is the organizer of this whole thing. I can only tell you it's a really good thing. You want to learn to work with your mind in not in a religious context. It's perfect. It's really good. It's really something that you can trust. And I'm not getting any commission for saying that, okay? I think it's a really, really good thing. Just briefly what I am doing while I'm still here. So we have one weekend in Kramonash, which is on the second part of the 8 verses of Shantideva's A Guide to a Bodhisattva's Way of Life. Don't forget, a guide to a Bodhisattva's way of life. If you don't want to be a Bodhisattva, it can be not so meaningful for you, right? It's somebody who wants to put other people's happiness in front of yours, who wants to learn that, who wants to train that. But don't forget also, it's the 8th chapter, so that means there's 7 chapters that come before. So it's not that we start with this, right? We start to think about the benefit of bodhicitta, then to purify, to cleanse the mind of all hindrances, then to train mindfulness, awareness, and attention, then to train patience, because it's good that I'm saying this, because I've got to say that. When somebody makes you angry, of course, the direct antidote to anger is love. But very often that doesn't work, because your ego does not want to love that other person. That other person should go away. So the first antidote actually to anger is patience. And patience is a mind state, an attitude that says, no matter what goes on in here, but I don't want to hurt, neither with your mind, neither with my mind, my body, or my voice, right? That's a very clear intention. So it's not, I just sit there not doing anything, then I'm practicing patience. No. It's like you use your thoughts in order to be, first not to say anything, and then your thoughts to be able to dissolve the feeling of anger and these kind of things. Yeah. So for patience you need a lot of courage. You see, it's very easy. You don't need courage to be aggressive. That comes by itself. But not to be aggressive when you could be aggressive, that's difficult. Then you can be proud of yourself. But unfortunately, people who are patient, they're usually seen as cowards and wimps and friars and all this. I don't know why. This only is seen like this by people who never tried to practice patience when they were stronger than the other person. So it's a mind that says very clearly, at all costs, I don't want to hurt, nor myself, by completely, always rehashing the story and not letting go, nor others. And this is how we can stop the loop, for whoever kind of asked the question, how can we stop the loop? By not retaliating, by not creating more karma, by not creating more hurt. So don't forget, wanting to love somebody that has harmed or hurt you as too difficult for the moment. Yeah? Slowly with time, again, what I'm saying is not completely true, because it's very rare that people all of a sudden makes cluck and the heart opens, and you never get angry at that person again. You might get angry, short, but you never get this kind of sitting with you, you carry it with you to your bed, to your lunch, to your work, to your holiday even. We had somebody also in Bern, in the center. I mean, she was also totally unconsiderate about other people, really, really. And nobody liked her, me included. I didn't like her. She would just take things, and then my very righteous mind, it thinks from the center. So I was going, I have to stop her. She's stealing from the Sangha, envelopes. She just opened the cupboard and took an envelope. So this is how my ego kind of, oh, she's not allowed to do this. Come on, it's an envelope. And I saw her suffering, and I saw how everybody rejected her, but me also, but I couldn't do anything about it. She just got really on my case, because she did everything that I didn't want her to do. She wanted to do the water bowls, we don't have it. So I said, look, you put too much saffron and you have to fill them. Yes, I know, but I do them like this. You know, and then at one point I also came home from a workshop and I was really tired, and she would live upstairs in the apartment and she would come down and, you know, wanting to sit in the gompa, 10 o'clock at night. So I came home, I was really tired, and I said, look, I'm sorry, but I have to make some phone calls. I had to make some phone calls. And she said, you can go to your room, you know, like this. So, oh, somebody who can really put it right in. So at one point I had to go, somebody came to pick me up and I had to teach on the 8 verses for those who know what they are. It's all about, you know, the one who harms you is your enemy, blah, blah, blah. And I've been so preoccupied with her, you know, because she came all the time. And it's a public place, it's a Buddhist center, but I was living there. So everybody else kind of respected it. I used it also as my MySpace. And many, you know, anybody could come who didn't make me upset but her. Oh, and it's so annoying, it takes up so much energy. So then this person comes to pick me up, to bring me to the place where I'm doing the 8 verses. And in the car I said to him, you know, I started to say how we like to share these stories, how she makes you upset and all this. And I said, and I'm not going to take her with me to the 8 verses. And boom, she was there. But I tell you, this was the best course on the 8 verses that I did, because I was just talking to myself, because I really, really wanted not to dislike her anymore. And then a little bit later, she was kind of pulling out something, and she said, oh, this is mine. And I already felt like saying, no, it's not yours, blah, 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 because I know it's not yours. And I don't know where it came from. I said, yeah, okay, if you want to take it, you can take it. You know what, it was table sets, you know, that are worth €2 a piece or something. But I was ready to say, no, because it's yours, not hers. It was the center's. And then somehow, from somewhere out of a broken open heart, it came the sentence, well, if you want, you can use it, just take it. And she was never, ever since then able to make me upset again. She would call at 12 o'clock at night, you know, oh, she had this also thing with spirits and stuff. I can't sleep, and can I come sleep in the center? Yeah, no problem, 12 o'clock, just come, you know, like this. But then also she left me alone all of a sudden. She didn't come anymore. But it's really, you know, when somebody's such a nutnik and gets so much on your nerves, it's really, really important to see how they're suffering, because nobody likes them. She gets thrown out everywhere where she is. And I heard when she was in the new place again, you know, fighting with the neighbors and this and that. And so we can just be happy that we're not like this, because we could be like that. Okay, so we will finish soon, because dinner is not at 7:30 but at 7. So for those, especially for those who have not, who have fasted. So maybe please also, for those who have not fasted, if you just stand a little bit behind and let the people who have fasted go before. Do you think that's possible? Because if, I don't know who fasted, and I don't know who didn't fast, because it wasn't so obvious. If it would have been here, it would have been obvious. And I always say this, please let the people who have fasted go before and rejoice that they have fasted until now. And then when I see that people are not listening to what I'm saying, then I get upset. And they go, oh, I just told them, look at them, they've eaten the whole day, now they can't wait. This is my mind. Hopefully not anymore, because this is another thing. I'm really grateful to you that you listen to all my sins and all my shortcomings, because it's a bit like confession. And I don't have to be afraid that it comes out anymore. And that's so liberating. When you can talk about your own shortcomings and the harms you've done to others and all this, then you don't have to hide it anymore, you know, and then something changes and it creates a lot of space. So thank you very much for listening to all my confessions. Yeah, I wish I would be a bit more, more compassionate, more patient, more calm, more gentle, more wise. I'm working on it, okay, but so I'm not, so like this. So we finish, I think, with this meditation on the four immeasurables, like a reflection, and then if you want, we'll do short kind of, Chenrezig is the Buddha of compassion. So this is Shakyamuni Buddha. There's different manifestations of an enlightened mind, how they appear to us. Seeing them can be upsetting for people who are, something about statues and images of Buddhas. But Buddha is not a god, so you don't have to worry that, that one shouldn't make images of God. Buddha is not a god. Buddha is just awakened. He's not omnipotent. And he was an ordinary human being, just like us. So Chenrezig is white in color, and some of you might know it. You don't have to try to find it on the internet, on your phone now. It's okay. Don't worry. Create your own image of compassion. How does compassion look for you? Many people are familiar with Kuan Yin. If you have been more to the Far East, female figure of compassion, doesn't matter. Really just try to feel the energy of Chenrezig or Kuan Yin, or however, what you think, how that looks. Now, of course, there's this thing, we should make pictures of God. Now, I'm not Jewish, I think I can say that. I also would know how God looks, because there are some, man with beard and yeah, a bit like this, quite frightening. I find it very helpful to visualize these images, like Shakyamuni Buddha, Chenrezig, Medicine Buddha, because I think it speaks to my subtle mind. I do, but it's all conditioning, and it's absolutely not, this is absolute truth. Maybe yes, maybe no. Yeah. But very often when I'm in a bad state, I start to recite mantras, and very quickly I calm down. The situation is still the same, but I calm down because I get distracted. And I connect with my own inner energy, and then I remember, I wanted to become a Buddha, so why are you getting angry now? Yeah, because we forget. Attachment, anger, jealousy, all this, we forget what we wanted. So like this, so I find it helpful. So I will just then, after the reflection, when we reflected on this, we make this very strong wish, also this commitment, may all beings be happy, may they be free from suffering. May I be able to contribute to that? And for that I need help. So then you visualize, or not visualize, whatever, however compassion feels to you, looks to you, smells to you, tastes to you, whatever, and then you can see that from this light is coming, entering you, and kind of flushing out, like an internal shower, all the hindrances that we have for being the person that we want to be. And as we do that, I will recite Om Mani Padme Hum. If you want, you can chant with me. If you just don't want to hear it, you have to go out, it's fine. But anyway, feel free to do whatever you want to do. You don't have to chant it. All I'm asking you is not getting upset when you chant it. Because I think, maybe I saw somebody doing prayers, I'm not sure. Were you doing prayers before? Or not? Standing at the wall? No? Was it? No? Okay. You see, this is how the mind goes. You were standing at the wall with this thing over your shoulders, and you were reading something, so I thought, how wonderful. He's doing, end of Shabbat prayers or something like that. So if you want, I'm not joking. I mean, I'm always very happy when I see people doing prayers. I don't look how they behave afterwards, because that sometimes creates conflict in the mind. But at least doing prayers, it's putting something in the mind what one wants. Maybe then one is not able to do it, maybe one is manipulated, has wrong views. I do agree to that religion can create a lot of problems. I do agree. But there are some people, like this friend of mine, who said, I didn't want to kind of shout at you, whatever, because I saw that you were suffering. She is, thanks to that, thanks to Christianity. She was not born like this. She also came to create Christianity a bit later on in life. Yeah. So whoever is doing prayers, I think is a really good thing, Because at least it puts some influence on the mind which direction we want to go. when I come to Israel, I'm always quite happy because I'm not the only one looking weird on the plane, you know. Weird. So it's okay. And I don't know, I feel touched when I see somebody praying. Because we do acknowledge that there is something that is maybe not omnipotent, but higher than me, you know. And we cry out to them. So crying out or just opening ourselves to some energy that could be around, or that is around, that is benevolent, can be very, very, very healing. So don't miss out on that source by being so terribly atheistic. Sometimes I see that atheists are more stubborn and more fundamentalists than people who are religious, by the way. You know.
Some of them are dangerous.
Not dangerous, I'm not sure, but fundamentalists, like clinging to their view that nothing is there. But they also have very good views also, you know, it's also about it. Okay, so to finish the day, you sit, if you can, with the straight back, and with a happy feeling, you know, especially those who fasted, that to really honor the energy and the effort you put into it, because it's not easy, because many people get headaches. For this time I didn't have any, so also Niv said that he didn't have any. So positive karma ripening, we can fast without suffering too much. So just keep doing it. Yeah, then maybe at one point. Or then sometimes we think, oh, now it's great, next time, oh, it's okay. But I rejoice of not having had headaches, so that makes me, you know, again, wanting to fast next time. For those who have headache, you know, try to think that, okay, it purifies a lot of negative karma, and in a very short time I can drink, and it's really worthwhile the effort that I made. For those who wanted to fast that but couldn't, please don't be sad. There is one Yom Kippur every year. So, you know, you can think next time I will also fast. If everybody who comes here fasts voluntarily, it would make the retreat so much easier, really. For us, especially for the people from the Kippur, because it's a problem for them, because they have to keep their kosher status. Yeah, so think about it. Okay. So whatever is going on, just be happy. We have the baby again, wonderful. So by now all of you know him, so just visualize him and wish him a happy life. And see what happens in your heart when you do that. We can be happy that he has very good parents, really. I mean, wow. This Elliot is so lucky, I tell you. I mean, he has got such good karma to have been born to Michal and to Gidi. But then we don't know what he will make of it, you know. Maybe he doesn't want to know anything about kindness. Maybe he doesn't want to know anything about Buddhism. And I'm sure the parents will still love him. Yes. Okay. So first of all, you know, again, we start with ourselves. May I be safe. And especially safe from my own negative emotions. May I be protected from physical and mental harm that we have to admit are residues or imprints from unhelpful, unskillful actions I did in the past. So it's like a boomerang, you know, it will come back, there's nothing we can do. But when we go, may I be protected from physical and mental harm, that we think, may I at least not create more. May I have the awareness, the strength, the patience, the courage not to give in when these unhelpful mental states start to push me in a direction I don't really want to go. if I go in that direction? May I be able to recognize it's not because I want to go in that direction. It's because I have habits and tendencies that are very, very strong. May I be able to recognize and see that. Through seeing that, even if I have gone in the wrong direction, may I be able to forgive myself. So we can try to see all the things we did wrong in the past. Also learn to let go and learn from them. That we make a very clear decision. I don't have control over my mind yet. But as long as I cannot relax about this, as long as I cannot forgive myself, I will be doing these things again and again and again and again. So just open up. May I be able to forgive myself for having done all these kind of mistakes in the past. May I be able not to put pressure on myself that I have to be perfect. A promise, a commitment, whenever I fall into the trap again of habits and tendencies, may I be able to forgive myself. So you can invoke compassion. Just allow the mind to find its own image or non-image. But try to feel it. I mean, we can definitely feel the compassion of the people who are here. We talk about vibes, you know. So of course, again, if you have an object of refuge, you know, just to invoke that object of refuge, one feels protected, one feels seen, acknowledged. One feels that there is an energy who wants to help me, who wants to open up my heart, that I'm not getting so tense, wanting to be perfect. There is an energy that loves us unconditionally, because these energies, or that energy has trained that and has brought it to perfection. What can you lose if you start to believe in such an energy and if you start to connect with it and open up yourself towards that energy? So you can think all the hindrances that you have, all the mental negative states, unhelpful mental states, that prevent you from being the person that you really want to be, that prevents you from being able to live your values that we all have spontaneously, can be eliminated. And that compassionate energy, that in this case we'll call him Avalokiteshvara, it's white in color, radiating light everywhere. That energy is sending light that supports us, that gives us the resources that we need, that gives us relief, opens us up makes us courageous. That light enters your crown. So, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it. But that light enters your crown, gives you everything you need. You think you're lacking. So you need to think, what do I need? What would be good for me? Again, be realistic. There won't be a Rolls Royce standing in front of the door when you come out. But it's especially mental states. You can even ask that energy, please support me in developing healthy mental states. Please help me to eliminate these unhelpful mental states. And just open yourself up towards it. The light, if you want, comes into your crown, flushes out all the hindrances through we call this the lower doors, the openings where we go pipi kaka, yeah? And it just sinks into the earth, never to be seen again. And as it does that, you imagine or you visualize your own body filled with light. No mani pemme om, mani pemme om, mani pemme om, mani pemme om, mani pemme. Think about others also. And you can think of just specific people, somebody that you have harmed, or somebody that has harmed you, a few people, a group of beings, animals, many groups of beings. You can think of victims, aggressors, whatever. Whatever seems meaningful for you. And you think, may these beings be safe. May they be protected from creating more causes for physical and mental harm. May they be able to forgive themselves when they're not able to resist their habits and unhelpful habits and tendencies. May they have the strength, the courage, the wisdom, the compassion and love they need to be the people that they also want to be, because we have agreed everybody wants to be friendly, but not many can without training. But everybody has the potential to be friendly, and deep down everybody sees it as a good thing. So your body is filled with light. You